So one thing's for sure, if I post a brownie recipe, it's gonna do well. Everyone loves brownies. They're just tried and true, chocolatey, delicious. Brownies are really easy to make, low calorie, but still taste good, and obviously just easy to bake in general, so there's no question as to why they're popular. And that's why I've compiled 3 of my best ones. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Amanda, aka Fit Food AE, and today we're gonna be making 3 high protein, low calorie brownie recipes. So if you're excited to see me make these recipes, please give this video a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, as it really helps the channel and I post new videos every week. And with that, let's get started. So the first brownie recipe we're gonna be making is the one that started it all. And by started it all, I mean that it's the first brownie recipe that I posted on this channel. And that is my 68 calorie brownies. During COVID, I used to make these brownies, or like a variation of them, for dinner. I don't know, everything was just out of whack back then. I used to make an entire tray of them for dinner and just eat the entire tray one by one, watching whatever YouTube videos I was watching at the time, maybe reality TV. I just needed a way to cope, so I was eating dessert for dinner. Leave me alone. So of course, in this recipe, I used PE Science protein. I think back then they didn't have the chocolate truffle flavor, so I used frosted chocolate cupcake. Either way, you can use whichever one. So PE Science is a whey casein blend. If you don't have PE Science, you could probably just use whatever chocolate protein you have on hand. But if you do want to purchase from the GOAT, please use my discount code FIT15. I always use Hershey's cocoa in my recipes. Usually whatever I have, you could use a special dark one, you could use the regular one. And in all these recipes, I also use Lakanto monk fruit sweetener. So it's a 0-calorie substitute for sugar. Of course, if you don't have Lakanto, you could use whatever you have on hand. But if you do buy from Lakanto, please use my discount code FIT15. The light margarine in this recipe makes these brownies just a little bit more decadent and gooey. So definitely an essential ingredient. If you don't have light margarine, you could also use light butter or regular, whatever you have. Now, I love sweet stuff. So obviously I added a bunch of chocolate chips, but sometimes I get feedback from people that my recipes are too sweet, so you can always reduce the chocolate chips if you want the macros to be a bit better, or if you just want the brownies to be less sweet. And of course, when you bake the brownies, you can tell they're done if you stick a fork in the middle and it comes out clean. And that's that. Enjoy these gooey brownies. So next up, we've got pumpkin swirl brownies. So obviously I was on a bit of a fall/Halloween kick when I made these. So if you're not a pumpkin fan, you're gonna hate these, obviously. But if you are a pumpkin fan, these have a cool like pumpkin chocolate swirl, which I absolutely love. It looks really cool. So if you want them to be lower calorie, you can make them without the chocolate chips. They still taste amazing, but you can also throw them in there if you want. So these use both PE Science, chocolate truffle protein, and pumpkin protein. But if you don't have any pumpkin protein lying around from last fall, that's totally fine. You could just use vanilla. They release it every fall though. I highly recommend you get it because it's really fun to bake with. This Halloween, I dare you to make this recipe and hand it out instead of candy when the kids go trick-or-treating. And finally, for the last brownie recipe, we've got cosmic brownies. So if you're a 90s kid, which I feel like maybe not a lot of you are, but if you are, you would remember Little Debbie cosmic brownies. I feel like they probably still make them because I'll see them at like the dollar store sometimes, but I haven't bought them in a hot minute. I loved Little Debbie desserts growing up, including these cosmic brownies, also the Swiss cake rolls, if you know, you know. But my mom rarely bought them because obviously they have very little nutritional value. If they still exist though, I might go buy a box after this. So obviously we love a good nostalgic dessert, so I had to make a high protein, low calorie version of these to make up for the lack of them in my childhood. So these only have 70 calories each, which is actually amazing just considering how delicious they are. So of course in this recipe, I also use PE Science chocolate truffle protein. You better get your hands on that. And as well as Lakanto sweetener. So I actually use the monk fruit sweetener, and then I also use the powdered sugar substitute for the frosting. Obviously, before you frost the brownies, make sure they are fully cooled after they come out of the oven. Otherwise, the frosting is just gonna melt. If you can find those bulb sprinkles, that's awesome because like it makes this recipe just that much better and more nostalgic. I wasn't able to find the actual Little Debbie sprinkles that are used. I just found these like tiny, and those will just have to do. I'm really excited for you guys to try this recipe. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed these recipes, then I'm sure you're looking for more chocolatey desserts. So I'm gonna link a couple of the recipes up here that you should watch next. And please give this video a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends as it really helps the channel, and I post new videos every week. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.